All right, we are live. Welcome to Gun Chat, late night gun chat. It's not really late night for me. It's late night for all of my viewers on the East Coast and then maybe in Central Time Zone. They're starting to get late there in Central Time Zone. So I hope everybody is doing all right. Tonight we're gonna have a special guest. He's going to join any moment here. Perry Orth from Right to Bear Carry Insurance. So I put a link in the chat if you want to go look at that carry insurance. So let us know what you think. If you have any questions for him, go ahead. He's a gun guy too, so he's not gonna, if you want to ask gun questions, that's fine too. Ask what his favorite hunting caliber is, or favorite firearm is, or that kind of thing right now. So anyway, we're gonna get started, and we are going to get started here, and I'll share the theme music and then bring them on in. All right, Mr. Perry Orth, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, my friend. Thanks for having me on. Just getting my volume tuned in and locked and ready to go. And
All right, sounds good.
yeah, appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, no problem. So hopefully we got 4 people watching right now. Normally I'll list who's watching first, but we'll go ahead and dive right into what is it that you do in your company, or
Yeah,
I guess it's your company.
yeah,
But so tell everybody about Right to Bear Carry.
yeah. So I work at Right to Bear Insurance. We're the newest insurance company in the self-defense insurance space. We're here to compete with the likes of U.S. Law Shield and USCCA, and we believe that there's a space for all of us. And the whole idea originated from I was actually the insurance agent for Palmetto State Armory this time last year. And after some conversations talking about risk of, where the market was headed, and, some of the competitors that were in this space about what they were doing. And we just kind of threw it out there like, hey, have you guys ever thought about doing your own insurance plan? And next thing you know, they brought us in and hired us and wanted to move forward with a company like this. And so we named it Right to Bear, and obviously very fitting. And so now we're offering self-defense insurance, which is similar to more what USCCA offers than what some of the other guys offer, which is a real insurance plan offering criminal and civil defense, civil judgment coverage, right? So if you lose in civil court and you have to pay hospital bills, mental anguish, golly, whatever that might be, our policy actually covers instances like that. And so I'm excited to answer any questions and dive into the details of what everybody's got going on.
All right, well here's our first. It's more of a statement, but maybe he's using it as a question. Old Spice One here says, "I don't believe we can get your insurance here in New York." So
yeah, that's right. Yeah, so and that goes for us and all the other competitors in the space. New York, Washington State, and New Jersey actually don't allow this type of insurance to be sold in their state. It's a shame, the fact that they do that to people. The fact that you could be living in New York and use a firearm to defend yourself, and you're now being pulled into a lawsuit and you're having to pay out of pocket yourself because your dictator, whoever, governor, insurance commissioner, whoever it is not going to allow you and support that right because they don't like guns. It's a shame. But listen, we're located in South Carolina, and we've got plenty of room for you guys down here. And you come on down to the free states of the South, and you'll find that it's a much easier pace of life.
all right. So let me ask you this question based on what you just said. You said Washington State didn't allow the insurance either, right?
Yep, that's right.
So I travel through Washington State quite a bit. Being in Alaska, our main terminal is definitely going down to Seattle. I mean, if you get on a flight in Anchorage and it doesn't connect in Seattle, it's connecting maybe Vancouver or someplace like that, but it's going to connect in Seattle. Um, a lot of times with the connecting flights and stuff, we'll spend a couple days in Seattle and just do things in Seattle. So and they do recognize our permit and we recognize theirs. And so we if I am traveling in there, but I live in Alaska, does the insurance still cover me, or am I just SOL if I'm in Washington State at all?
Yeah, SOL.
SOL. All right.
Yeah, and then another neat thing about our plan is we actually do cover multi-state. So, say that you were taking a road trip amongst the United States and went from, I guess, not Washington, but say you went to Idaho to Montana to Michigan or whatever, the Dakotas, then Michigan. Our policy's covering you across each state, and then Pennsylvania, our policy covers in Pennsylvania.
Absolutely. Now, I asked this question. This is how we got on this discussion. But I asked you this question. I know my friends in Idaho and Montana and Colorado and places like that would love this, but I guess it's true all over the nation. If you are arrested or charged during a wildlife attack, would you guys, defend those charges as well? I know a lot of people have, said it was self-defense in a bear hunting incident, and or bear charging incident.
Yeah. So, where our policy, and now you're starting to get into the gray a little bit, but our policy is going to cover in that incident as long as the grounds that you're carrying on you're legally capable of carrying or using, not using, but of holding whether it's concealing or open carrying a firearm, right? So, right. As a civilian, this policy is really for civilian folks, right? So if you're a military, not military, I'm sorry. If you're a police officer and you're on duty, our policy wouldn't cover somebody that's like on duty, that's at work per se. So like if you're at a school and you just happen to be carrying, and you walk into the school and the front sign says, concealed weapons with the circle and the slash saying like illegal, and you use the firearm in that instance, you're not going to find coverage there because you were illegally carrying,
right,
at that time. But going back to the email exchange, which kind of is what kickstarted this conversation, and it was the first time I'd heard it. We launched 3 months ago, and the first time that I was brought to me about the wildlife incident, and obviously I got a response from our carrier saying that we would have handled it just like your previous carrier did, and that gave me peace of. I figured that was going to be the case after really diving into the policy. But yeah, especially for the folks up in the Northwest and especially in Alaska, that you never know what wildlife may run up on you, and you want to make sure that you protect yourself. So good to know that we do extend coverage there.
Absolutely.
We offer coverage in Texas as well. Would love for you guys to check out our website and be able to, we have it pretty well laid out on our plans page, the different coverages that we offer, along with the premiums and the levels of coverage associated.
All right, so I'm gonna get to that right here. So let's see. Hold on a second. I got it right here. There we go. And there is a link on my MeWe page and in the chat here if you want to go do it. And that link does help my channel. So I do get, when you buy their policy, I do get a little kickback from it. So that's why I wanted to bring them on here tonight.
Yeah, so make sure you keep plugging the link in there, and I'll make sure I'll do the same thing for you as well. So keep putting the link in the chat. Make sure you use Chuck's chat, or the link in the chat, and go through it. But yeah, so you talk about platinum.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to go to our the top of the page,
Right.
because that right there is stating the discounts associated. Go to plans, click on
Hmm.
plans
Yep.
there, scroll down. You'll see the different types of plans and tiers that we offer. So we offer a bronze, silver, gold, and platinum plan, depending upon your financial status, how much coverage you think you might need. You have coverage all the way up to $50,000 for the bronze plan, all the way to platinum plan, which is up to $2 million, right? Like I said, it includes multi-state coverage. It includes um, psychological support if, heaven forbid, you're shook from an event and you need to see counseling. We're providing coverage for that. We also include expert witness coverage, which is a coverage that you don't think you'd need, but you'd be shocked to be able to have an expert witness from, whether it be, say, you're using a Palmetto State Armory gun and you need an expert witness from PSA to testify on your behalf to tell you, okay, this is the caliber of gun, these are the type of ammo, this is how it was made, this is why it was made, to explain why you were carrying, why you use that in self-defense, anything that could be used for you to plead your case of whether not guilty or not legally responsible for any damages from an incident. Having an expert witness testify on your behalf, we felt like was a big step to provide all the coverages that you might need.
Right. I could see that would be helpful. There was a case in Oregon a couple of years ago. I was told about it by another small channel, and he said basically because the guy was using a 10 millimeter, a Glock 29, that it was murder instead of self defense, which it's kind of bad because I carry a Glock 29 all the time. So your expert witness would bring in ballistics reports and talk about how 10 millimeter is better than the rest of the millimeters. Uh,
Yep.
in my opinion. So that's what the expert witness would do. And one more millimeter never hurts. At least that's what my wife says. So anyway, did I say that out loud? Sorry. All right. Anyway, I try to make this a family show, but occasionally I screw up. But anyway, so you got a 24-hour claims out. Now, this is what I had questions on down here. What is the spousal coverage? Um is this extra fee if I want spousal
Yeah,
coverage?
if you want to add your spouse to the plan, that's the additional fee, and that fee is an annual fee. So the
Okay.
highlighted right there. So if you're looking to add a spouse, it would be an additional $48 for the year, $4 a month.
Okay. All right. So yeah, y'all might want to put the month part on that because that kind of scared me a little bit. I was like, um,
Yeah,
you know,
we're working on that right now. That's one of the revisions that our website is currently going under. But
yeah,
yeah, no, that the all of those plans listed are monthly.
okay. And what is the compensation in court? I get
So
the bail bond reimbursement, but yeah,
yeah, so compensation, and I apologize, I said monthly. Those are yearly premiums. I
right.
apologize. So take those numbers and divide them by 12. Compensation in court is like lost wages. So say you're in court and you're having to miss work due to a case, we'll pay you up to $200 a day while in
Mhm.
court fighting an incident like this.
Okay. What if you're in jail, like they didn't release you on bond or whatever? Because there are some liberal judges here in Alaska, so um, it's a more purple state than people think about it
Yeah,
as.
I don't think it's for if you are missing work due to jail. I think it's more so for you sitting in the
Courtroom.
courtroom,
Hmm.
just being transparent with you. Don't want to be like a greasy used car salesman. No offense if anyone's a used car salesman. It's
I've done it before.
more of a figure of speech than it is actual profession.
Yeah. Okay. And so the main difference in your plan is um the amounts that you're insured for. So
Yeah, and then the other main difference too, when you look at us in USCCA, maybe not our platinum plan, but I know our silver and gold plan. If you compare those middle plans to what USCCA offers, it's our silver plan's $10-11 a month less than what USCCA offers, and then you've got
right.
companies like US Law Shield that they offer just a legal service. They don't offer civil damages. They require you to use one of their attorneys. We give you the choice of an attorney.
Hmm.
which is a huge, huge advantage for us because, you know, especially hell, even in your case in Alaska, like how the hell and me in South Carolina would I know who the best attorney is in Alaska to defend you in an incident, right? And then I
Right.
tell you that you have to use one of our guys or else you're not getting coverage. It's just something that we didn't feel like it was best. It wasn't fair to you guys. And, it wasn't fair to all the insureds. So we decided that we wanted to take this route and give people the option to choose their own attorney.
So I guess that answers Stephen's question here. Does your plan company have lawyers currently working solely for you, or just a list of lawyers on retainer to be delighted as needed?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, we
yeah.
do. We do have. Sorry, I gotta put my. I thought my computer was fully charged, but it's not. But yeah, no. So we have a list of attorneys that we use. Obviously, we can't distribute that publicly unless you're a full time member. Um, but then, and then our insurance company that we've partnered with, Prime Insurance out of Utah, is an A-rated insurance carrier, and they have their own attorneys as well, and we have a few that we've, like I said, we've aligned ourselves with. But then we also say, like, hey, if you've been in an emergency and you want to use somebody that you personally trust to defend you and defend your family to keep you out of financial ruin, then use them. We're not going to say, well, you got to use our guys or we're out, because a lot of what they'll do is, they're in the business of making money. They're gonna hire fresh out of law school kids that aren't ultra expensive, and now you got some 25-year-old kid representing you and trying to keep you out of jail,
Right.
or keep you out of paying out incredible civil damage fees, and just can become a pretty big headache.
Right. So I got Mike here. Mike says, if I am in traffic and need to use my firearm for self-defense, but I had an unregistered firearm, would the service cover my defense or cost? Now, as I see it, most states don't have a handgun registration, so he's probably in California or New York or someplace like that. Sorry, my friend Mike. You're welcome to move up to Alaska if you like the cold. But you know, most firearms aren't registered there under the 4473. Now, there is a registry that the federal government illegally did on that. So, with billions of firearms transactions on a registry now. But so I'll let you go ahead and answer his question. If he has a gun that maybe he just traded for, or got from his son, or something like that.
Yeah, we're not going to deny coverage in that incident.
Okay.
That's something that our insurance carrier is going to stand behind on.
All right. All right. I'm a former LEO and I'm qualified to carry in every state as long as I keep my HR 218 up to date, like I do. But I can't get insurance. That sucks. But I'm no better than anyone else. It sucks for everyone. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. I hate that he lives in New York.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
you answered. All right. C4 Defense is in the house. Good little channel. Go check them out. We are talking about right to bear insurance tonight. So, I'm assuming some of these other smaller channels would like to have you on as well. So that would be, it seems like that would probably be acceptable to you.
Yeah, anytime you guys want to have me on to talk about it to your audience, let me know. Clover Tack, what's up, brother? Was on his show about 3 weeks ago, maybe.
All right.
Good
Yeah.
guy. Met him at SHOT. We hit it off and we crushed it on his show and got some policies sold, I think, and hope to do the same here tonight.
Yep. I'm a member of USCCA. I actually am too. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that I don't like USCCA. They were pretty good. And when I had my incident where I had to shoot at the bear in the park a few years ago, they were ready in case the police wanted to pursue anything. The police didn't want to pursue anything. Now, what I like about Perry here is I asked him that same question, and he busted his butt to answer it for me in an email. And so I know I'm going to get the same kind of coverage and work ethic that I had with USCCA, that I have with USCCA. So
that's right.
It's pretty good. So I appreciate the work he put into that question. All right. So, does this insurance C4 Defense provide an attorney for every insured party, regardless of circumstance?
That's a pretty interesting question. I would love maybe if you could elaborate a little bit more on what you're trying to ask for. So, what our insurance policy would do is that if you're in an incident, obviously, you're going to be instructed to first call the police. After that, you're going to want to try to get lined up with an attorney immediately. And that's where our process comes in. Once you become a member of Right to Bear inside of the member portal, you can actually see your emergency hotline, the phone number that you'll call in the event of an emergency. Call that number and they'll say, hey, have you been in an emergency? Yes. Do you need an attorney? You can either say yes, and then we'll get you one of ours, or you'll say, no, I have that I have somebody that I'd like to use. And then the insurance company just gets linked up with the attorney, and then they work together to pay all the bills up front. It's not a reimbursement. And then they handle everything together. And obviously you'll be in that mix together as well. But at the same time, you also don't want to, after you just, God, heaven forbid, shot somebody, you don't want to have to be dealing with bills and payments. And that's all going to work directly between the insurance company and the attorney.
Awesome. All right. So the C4 Defense wants to know if the bear sued me. Well, I didn't actually shoot it. I gave it a warning shot, but I fired a gun in a public park. So in a city park. So, it's near the Anchorage airport. There are 747s flying over me where I fired this gun, people walking on the trails and stuff like that. So, all right. So Mike has a follow-up question, to clarify what he meant about the unregistered gun earlier. I guess what I meant was, if I'm carrying concealed but don't have a CCW and defended myself, would I even be covered, though I was charged and subsequently convicted of carrying illegally?
Yeah, I don't know the exact answer to that question, because you would technically be carrying illegally if that was the case. I think the question there, and not to dodge it, because I don't have the answer to that. I do know that the policy does state that you can't be illegally carrying or on illegal ground or on grounds that prohibit the carrying of a firearm. Now, that's kind of a tough question, because if I come out and say, well, no, that may not be the exact case, right? Because what's going to happen is the attorney that works with the insurance company is going to end up saying, like, well, yeah, they don't have a concealed carry, but there was an incident where the guy was defending his life, and he was in a completely justified reason of defending himself. I will tell you though, if you plan on carrying, then you probably need to get your CCW.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Unless you live in a free state that's constitutional carry.
Correct. Unless
Like
you live in the free state.
Yes, the
In
really
South
free
Carolina.
states. Yeah,
Yeah.
constitutional. There's some free states out there that have a carry permit. All right, they're just trying to get their money off your constitutional rights, in my opinion. But, yeah. All right. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Old Spice One. You plan on moving to Tennessee? Well, I'd still move and make them come visit you.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
New York gets cold in the winter. Tennessee gets a little wet. That's about it. All right. What I'm asking is, do you still cover people if they obviously screwed up, not just clear cut self defense?
Yeah.
Right.
So that brings up a really great question. So you talk about screwed up. If there's two instances with this. The first one, I'll go criminally. If you're charged criminally for screwing up, you can't insure criminal acts, right? We can't cover if you are convicted of a crime. Now, on the flip side of that, if you were not in a criminal act, say you were in a self-defense situation in a public place, and you went to shoot the firearm and you missed your target and hit somebody else, right? And they brought suit on you, that's now where you're going to be drug into civil court, where then our policy would cover the golly, hopefully not the funeral costs and mental anguish costs, but the hospital cost and the rehabilitation costs of the individual that was shot. That's where our policy covers, and that's a huge advantage of us over some of the other competitors, because a lot of these other competitors will tell you unlimited defense, unlimited, no capped defense limits, but they don't cover civil damages. So they're missing a giant chunk of the coverages that somebody would need in that incident.
Yeah. So this is more of a might be more of a lawyer question. Has there ever been a time where like someone had to use their gun in self defense and they countersued? They got sued, so they countersued the deceased estate for the mental anguish, the cost of ammunition these days. Anything
Wow.
that is. Has there ever been a case like that? Do you know of it?
No, that is interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of the folks that carry or that would use a firearm in that incident, um, I don't think that they're thinking about how they can turn around and come get a penny from those other people. That's more of the people that you're shooting at, or those are the greedy, hungry, money hungry.
Sure. I've always just thought it'd be a great way to get them to quit suing is to have the established fact that you can sue their estate afterwards. Like,
Well, I
so,
mean, listen, this is why this insurance is so important, because we live in a litigious world where you could sue anybody for anything. So,
right.
that's why having coverage like this is so important. If you're going to carry, it's not even a thought of if and why you need to have this policy.
Sorry, I don't know what happened there. I went to click on something and sorry, that did not work out. So I guess we're back. All right. So here's a good question. JJ Griffin, sorry, late to chat. What if my firearm is stolen from a vehicle, then used in a crime? Um, and then you are charged? Because I mean, it's only going to cover you. So, what's going on here?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. I mean, the second your firearm is stolen, you're supposed to report it to the authorities and let them know it's no longer with you. Now, I don't know how. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you could sue anybody for everything. That's a question I'd need to dive back into about, would our liability extend after a firearm was stolen? Um, hmm.
Let's say the family, the criminal obviously can't pay, so the family decides to come after you for not locking your gun up well enough.
Yeah,
So,
which
that's
is crazy, but you sit there and you think, well, there's a lot of crazy,
yep.
a lot of
Definitely.
crazy out there. That's a great question, though. I appreciate that being asked. I don't have an answer for you. I'll tell you that that's a very interesting question. I'm gonna see if I can't find it. I got some. Let's see.
All right. And just while everybody is in here, we got Guns and Barbecue, C4 Defense, a lot of great little channels in here. I do have a link to their website that I've put it in the chat a couple of times, so go check it out. Um, I do get kickbacks. I'm just going to be honest. Like, this is part of the Ivana Link program, so that we're all they sponsor, or they give us a kickback if we send out their stuff,
Yeah, that's right.
and so it does help the channel. I'm sure CloverTac has the same link program, so if you like CloverTac better, go check his out. I don't really care as long as you are covered. And just having faced the possibility of possibly being charged with something one time in my life, I was glad I had insurance. So
Yeah, no. And here's another case, which is kind of crazy because it's so close to home. Is that we live in a nice neighborhood. We're here in Columbia, South Carolina. No crime, nothing like that. And my wife was home from work one day, and there was a homeless person walking up and down our street, and the individual was looking into windows, grabbing doors. My wife saw him walking, going across back and forth across the house as well. He did the same to our house, looked in the windows, just kind of peeked around, trying to open the front door or whatever. It was obviously locked, and so he couldn't get in. But um, what if the door was locked and he would have come in, right? she would have shot that dude right here. Right
Hmm.
now, you better believe that that person's mother, cousin, uncle, third cousin from, up the road in Greenville, South Carolina, they're coming down and suing us that he wasn't in his right mind. He didn't know where he was at. You didn't need to shoot him. Right? We're not going to jail. She's not going to jail because of the castle doctrine, right? Here in
Right.
South Carolina, but
So, yeah.
they're coming after the mental anguish and the funeral costs at least, right?
Right. No.
Which to hire an attorney and to defend that, and who knows what kind of judge that we'll get. Hopefully in South Carolina we get a conservative one, or at least one that thinks conservatively. And golly, if they found a way that they deem that she didn't need to shoot, that now I'm having to come out of pocket 60, 70 grand for what? And I don't have 60, 70 grand in cash sitting in a bank to just throw away to some jackass family who dude was trying to come in the house and do God knows what. So that's why that's why I bought, my wife and I, we bought the silver plan. We felt like that was the best. And, listen, I run the company, right? My partner and I run Right to Bear. And I just felt like for me and my family, the silver plan, which actually ended up being the most popular plan,
Hmm.
gives you the most coverage at the best rate. We felt that that was something that was sufficient for us, and we decided to move forward with it.
All right. So, would you cover if self-defense issues uh, if you use tools other than a firearm?
Great question. Downfall of our product right now is that it actually does not. It's strictly a firearm. But I will tell you, we knew that going in, how the policy was written, and that's actually our number one coverage revision that is currently being worked on with Prime Insurance. So how that process works is they just have to put it into legally, get it approved into the policy language. Once it's approved into the policy language, and it's got to go through the 19 million different approvals, certificates, or whatever you want to call it. And once that's done, we'll get that added here probably within the next 2 months. I would assume. So yeah, as of right now, it does not, but it will very soon.
So, if I run out of bullets and I have to stab the guy,
Yep.
um, which
Or hit
means
them with a bat,
need
or
to learn how to shoot better, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, and I could see where this would be. uh, You know, there's the incident where someone used bear spray on a moose in one of the trails here, and the moose started basically kicking and hee hawing like a donkey gone wild, and it kicked somebody. So, like, if you were defending yourself and somebody else got hurt, you could be sued. I think it was a group of hikers, who uh, two groups of hikers happened to meet on this moose. Just wild situation, like you couldn't make it up. But wish I had a link to that. It's only a story I've heard, so maybe it's not even true. But that's that. All right, carry insurance is smart. Gorilla HD says. C4 Defense wants to get set up with you guys. Just email him if you got an Avana link account. Email him, and Perry's good about getting back it. He lives right next to you in South Carolina. So,
Where are they located?
um,
C4. Where you guys located? Drop it in the chat box.
all right. How is the okay, Dan O'Neill? How is the insurance company backed up, invested? Where's the cash? Thanks.
Yeah. So
Good question.
Moultrie, yeah, that's a great question. Moultrie Insurance is the company that we own that offers a product, and our product is Right to Bear Insurance. Our insurance agency is backed by Prime Insurance, which is an AM Best A-rated insurance carrier, true insurance company, $2 billion in assets. They're very, very, very well capable of paying any claim. This is a minor piece of their giant empire. So when it comes to paying claims, they have more than enough resources to back it.
Okay, that's good to know. $2 billion in assets. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So,
No, C4 Asheville. I like it. Asheville's a great town. We were there a couple months ago, my wife and I. We had a great weekend there. That's we definitely need to link up. My email, and you can email the email on our website at actually, here's a great plug. Use the link that was dropped in the chat. Go to the website, buy yourself a policy, find the email that's on there, and shoot us a note, and we'll get connected. I'll check the customer service email first thing in the morning and get our team to get your contact. We'll get set up on Avant Link and get us on your chat for a show soon.
Yeah, C4's got a great chat and a great channel, and he's a good shot too. So it's always and a good man. He's a good man. So
awesome. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. So why don't we a little less formal here, but what's your favorite gun to shoot?
Man, I'll tell you, I'm going to sound like such a homer here with PSA, but I've really enjoyed shooting their new Dagger.
Okay.
Which is their new handgun. Growing up, I didn't do a ton of shooting. I grew up playing athletics. I played football at South Carolina. And so now recently in my post-athletic life, getting more involved into the gun community is something that I've been challenged with. And then so working with PSA, obviously I heard about the new Dagger they were getting ready to roll out. And I also like their newest AKV, which is pretty badass. But I was at SHOT Show with PSA promoting Right to Bear and just seeing all the new equipment that they're getting ready to release here in the next coming year. And then the compact Dagger, just being able to something that you can conceal that also has a really good shot is it's pretty exciting, man. I'm a homer. What can I say?
Yeah. JJ Griffin is messing with me, saying he'll be with us at a Taurus. Yeah, he knows I hate Taurus. So,
now what about you? Do you have any PSA guns?
I have several build kits on my AR. So 3 out of my 4 ARs are PSA build kits, and I love them. I would say that occasionally they struggle in cold weather. I got to keep them really clean when it's like when I go to film and it's -5 to +7 out.
Yeah,
they run better than the camera batteries though in those instances.
Yeah.
I got to really keep them clean. But other than that, but that's true with any gun in that weather. I mean, essentially, you got to really keep it clean. If you get any snow on it and it's warm and then melts the snow and then it freezes back, you just locked up that action. Best you can. So, but yeah, they are. My 20-inch in particular does that a lot, but it's so accurate that I'm not going to get rid of it. It's shooting 0.75-inch groups, and I like it. So, I think you answered this earlier, but great topic. Are builds or factory firearms covered? So if you use your own polymer 80 lower on a with a PSA Dagger upper or whatever, which you can buy right now, is that covered too? Like, I think you've already answered this, but yeah.
Yep, sure is.
Okay, cool. All right, so
awesome.
Do you hunt? Are you a hunter or?
I'm actually not. Like I said, just really getting into the community after when I graduated. I guess I graduated 6 years ago, but my partner, his name's Frank, and he's a big time hunter. He does deer, and he actually does a lot of bird shoots. They've gone to him and a group of buddies have gone to is it Brazil? No, Argentina to do the quail. Is it the quail shoot down there? Right? Is that
Dove,
right?
I think it's Dove.
Thank you, Dove.
Yeah.
The Dove shoots down there. He said it's insane, man. You can go down, literally sit down in the ground, just hold your shotgun up to the air and shoot, and they're just falling from the sky. There's just that many birds down there. He said it's once in a lifetime type of experience.
Yep. Let's see.
Yeah, and he's right there. Booger Dog, South Carolina does have one of the longest whitetail seasons.
Yeah, and so does Georgia. I grew up in Georgia, so yeah.
Yeah, they're big time. The deer here are crazy, and unfortunately, the hogs are kind of getting out of control down here too. So,
we'll get you some bacon.
Yeah, no doubt. No, the hogs have kind of destroyed some farmland, so they've kind of
Hmm.
turned
Yeah,
it loose for the people to take them out.
they destroy farmland badly. I lived in Mississippi where I've actually seen destroyed a deer food plot that was just
Oh
my
yeah,
buddy told me it was like God came down with a tiller and you just see this tilled up land, and that's what it looks like. And um, so anyway, it's just crazy. But like hogs, they breed at least 7 to 8 piglets in a litter, and possibly 3 litters a year. And so, if you're not taking out 80% of the population of hogs, you don't make a difference.
yeah, it's
And that's why
insane.
people go out at night in Texas and shoot them with machine guns and night vision scopes, and like they don't even care. So that leads me to a question: If does your policy cover if I shoot an animal and my bullet goes through, or I miss and I hit another hunter or scare another hunter and they try to sue? Does your um, policy cover like a hunting misfire incident?
Actually, it does not, which is there's an additional endorsement that we would have had to add to the plan. So that would have been an additional um, fee, like another optional coverage. And we,
Mhm.
to launch our product, we launched 3 months ago, which is crazy. And I mean, I don't say this to brag, I say this as more of a promotion of how receptive people have been towards our product is we already have over 1,000 members of our program. Um, and it's not that I'm here to talk about how great we are. It's more of people see the value in what we're offering, and we wanted to get out the gate with offering a true self-defense policy. We do have a partner of ours that offers coverage like that, and you can get it through us, through our agency. So it's as simple as requesting a quote like that if you're out doing some hunting and looking for coverage.
Yeah, now I know how there have been incidents when people are hunting near each other in Alaska where they get pissed at each other and then it becomes self defense. At that point, like one of the books I read, hunting in moose hunting in Alaska, he describes a part where um, some they had passed a boat on the river and they ended up hunting in this boat spot, and the guys were trying to shoot over their heads to get them to go away. Had he felt like it was necessary to shoot back, at that point, your policy would cover it because it's self defense at that point.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. James says, "Don't they pay bounty on hogs in some places?" Yeah.
They do. In Texas, they do.
James, Tennessee has had it in the past in some counties. There you go.
Oh, yep. There you go. JJ Griffin. Texas pays by tail. Yep.
Yep. I'm old as dirt. Carry a 4.5-inch Smith and Wesson security. Is when I went to a Glock 23 40 caliber. That's my favorite to this day. My revolvers, 4.5, 2.5-inch 19. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, revolvers are fun. They're good carry guns too. I got to get a better holster for mine. But yeah. All right. Teddy Two Guns. That's where I wear my plates when hunting. I don't blame you around here. That's for sure. Oh, that's that. Coyotes are a big problem in upstate South Carolina. I
They
bet.
are.
Yep. Bet they are.
Yes, they are. No, that's crazy though. There's between the hogs and the coyotes, the hogs are really bad down in my part of the state, right in the middle
Mhm.
in Columbia, because there's a lot of lowlands too.
Oh
Right,
yeah.
you got the low country of South Carolina. It kind of stops right about where we're at, but just east of Columbia, there's a lot of lowlands where the hogs just destroy everything. And
Mhm.
we know a handful of people that get out there and tear them up. So pretty cool.
Absolutely. Well, guys, if you have any questions for Perry, go ahead and put them in the chat. We're not going to stay on too much longer if there's not a lot of questions. I do have a link that I've been putting out. That is my affiliate link to write to Bear Arms. So if you write to Bear Insurance, excuse me. Go ahead and check that out. So,
Yeah,
um,
and guys, we'd one last thing, and to everybody that's still listening, I'd love to extend kind of an offer I did this a couple nights ago on a show is that if you use this affiliate link to to purchase one of our policies and the policy goes through, send me an email of the confirmation, and I'll actually send you an additional $40 off PSA.com. I have a list of coupon codes I can send out. And then just a random little tidbit about our program is that if you go to our homepage, if you purchase a policy through us, we actually give you discounts at PSA.com. So if you go and you buy a silver plan right now through us, you'll get $40 off PalmettoStateArmory.com. And then you let me know and send me confirmation. I'll actually be able to send you an additional $40 off. So if you buy a silver plan, with the affiliate link in the description, I'll actually send you an additional $40 off PSA.com. So wanted to do something special for everybody that's here listening to the show and kind of help encourage and incentivize. If you haven't done that, go ahead and do so. I know $80 off PSA can get you a lot of ammo, which obviously is very expensive. So go ahead and get you an insurance policy, get you some free ammo, and we'll be happy to cover you. And just let us know. Send that email to the email on the website, and we'll take care of it.
Can you guys open an insurance company in New York? I don't think New York allows it, so it's yeah. But if you live close to the border, move across the border, right? Pennsylvania, move across the Pennsylvania border. Aren't there suburbs of New York City in Pennsylvania?
Basically.
Am I wrong? I could be wrong. I've never been there. No desire to go to New York. So Sonny Gunn says Apache attacks a helicopter. That's what they use there, and they actually use a helicopter hunting for hogs. That looks like so much fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, C4. Go ahead and get you an optic.
Yeah, I might pick up an optic cut dagger with that discount. Yeah, I'm actually looking at. I got to sell one of my firearms first, but I'm looking at doing a what is it? I'm looking at doing a 300 Win Mag, and I need a 26-inch threaded barrel to match, so I can do 7mm versus 300 Win Mag videos.
Mm-hmm.
And PSA has got that Bergara HMR. It's my second choice. If I can't order my first choice, which is a Weatherby Meat Eater, if I can't order that, then I'll come to PSA and get that Bergara HMR in a 26-inch barrel, which is cool because they just came out with that one in a 26-inch barrel and just the threads, no muzzle brake on the end of it. So that's that. So yeah, that's one thing in Alaska. We can't take advantage of that free ammunition. Yeah, but we can take advantage of other things. They can ship the gun here, but they can't ship the ammo here without it going through an importer exporter in Washington State.
Shooting Gallery, what's up, man? I was on his show last night.
It's good. So yeah, he's a good guy. So I met him in Georgia at the thing. So
oh yeah, great guy. Had a blast on his show.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, if you have no further questions for Perry, I'll give it just a second if you want to think of anything here. Make sure you can ask me and I'll get in touch with him if you've got a question, or you can go to our affiliate link and just email them directly on the customer service email. And I've put the affiliate link in the chat several times. I'm assuming I'm allowed to use that on YouTube.
Yep, you're completely fine to use it on YouTube.
Yeah, so YouTube usually doesn't like gun stuff, but I think insurance they don't have a ban on gun insurance. At least I'd hope not, because you see your competitors advertising on YouTube all the time. So
that's right, and then I mean the crazy, we didn't touch on it. Maybe another date when everything becomes official. But what's going on in San Jose with the gun insurance and gun tax mandate that they're getting ready to roll out or try to roll out. Lord knows, who knows what's going to happen with that. We obviously we don't support that one bit. I mean, it's pretty obvious that if that stuck, it would definitely put a damper on what we do, because it would look as if we're trying to add another burden on the gun owner. But in all honesty, what it does, it actually protects people. and we'd be there to help the people that are trapped in those cities, whether it be, starting with San Jose or any of the other blue states that'll probably follow
Yep.
down that path.
Question here: what about those listening in Canada? I do have several Canadian listeners and viewers, so and thank you guys for.
Unfortunately, just in the United States
Mhm.
is
All
where that we're only licensed there.
right. Do they have carry insurance in other countries? Is this something that, like, I know
Um,
other countries have like carry laws. I know there are permits and stuff in Eastern Europe and Brazil and places like that, and Venezuela. Oh, we're not
yeah, I
Venezuela,
don't know.
places down there.
Actually, I don't know. That's pretty interesting. If
Yeah,
there is, and there's no competition, we may need to extend our policy.
yeah. All right, Teddy Two Guns. He's giving me a hard time here because he knows I don't believe in him. Will you protect me if I shoot a Bigfoot? I'm assuming he means Bigfoot. I mean, if it's in self defense, it's an animal. We've already answered that question, right?
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
if Bigfoot's attacking you and you go and buy a right to bear policy, we're going to stand with you.
yeah. And that might be one you personally come out for, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
And not just in the photos.
I want to get my eyes on Bigfoot if you end up taking him out. So
Yeah, there you go. Um, I have I guess like you'd call it a sister channel or a brother channel because Chuke's Outdoor Ventures. Me and him do a lot of things together, and he believes in Bigfoot. And he is even on the Discovery Channel a few weeks ago on the Bigfoot Hunters or whatever channel it was. I can't remember.
wow.
So they saw him and said, "There's a redneck we can take advantage of. Let's make him put him on film." So yeah, that's just a little old joke here between me and him. So. Uh, yeah. Sucks. I love the Adirondack Mountains. It's a beautiful state. Just hey, man, you'll love Eastern Tennessee. If you love the Adirondacks, you'll love Eastern Tennessee, man.
Yeah, that's right.
My mom is from East Tennessee. You'll love the mountains in South Carolina too. My mom had a cousin there. What is it, Flat Top or Tabletop Mountain or something like that?
Tabletop. Yeah.
Yeah, there. You know that there's a Baptist church there that her cousin's husband built, and behind the baptistry and the choir loft it's all glass, and you can just see that mountain right there, and it's
Yep.
just so beautiful.
Yep. That's in the upstate of South Carolina. Beautiful country.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's that. Didn't Tim Wells shoot a Bigfoot? I think that was a hoax. All right. Well, guys, right to bear insurance. I'm putting the link in there one last time. So you get good deals right now. If you purchase with them, you're getting some extra stuff off with Palmetto State. And if you got any questions, let me know, and I'll in the comment section, and I'll try to get them answered for you. And Perry, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
And
man.
guys, God bless. Take care. We'll see you at the range.
Yep. See you guys. Thanks.